Ash Ketchum had waited years for this exact morning.
He slept through it. The only starter left was a Pikachu, who was not asked.
Ash set out for Viridian City, with a partner who had not agreed to be one.
Pikachu rode on nobody's shoulder and made that a policy. Lesson 1 of the journey. Wild Pokémon can also be having a bad day.
Ash ran into a storm carrying a Pikachu, who finally decided he was worth saving. Ash then met Misty, who was fishing and having a perfectly ordinary afternoon until he arrived.
He borrowed her bicycle. She would bring this up for several years.
In Viridian City, 3 people introduced themselves at length, then tried to steal Pikachu.
The introduction lasted longer than the plan.
Ash caught a Caterpie, his first capture that came with no argument.
Misty had strong feelings about bugs. Caterpie had strong feelings about Misty.
Caterpie became a Butterfree, and Ash had his first fully evolved Pokémon. Then he let it go. Being a better trainer sometimes looks like losing something. Ash's first gym was Brock, a rock specialist, and one enormous rock snake.
Ash left with a badge and a traveling companion who could actually cook.
In Cerulean City, Ash learned that Misty had left out one detail about herself.
She was the gym leader. He won the badge anyway, over her considerable objections.
They found a Charmander in the rain, waiting on a rock for a trainer who was never coming back. It chose Ash instead. Next came the Squirtle Squad, a feared criminal gang. If you could get past how round they were.
Their leader retired from crime and joined the team.
In a hidden village, Ash met a Bulbasaur that trusted nobody, with good reason.
He earned the trust first and the capture second. That order matters.
Lieutenant Surge had evolved his Pikachu early and enjoyed pointing that out.
Ash offered Pikachu the stone. Pikachu declined, then won anyway.
A luxury cruise turned into a disaster with Team Rocket somewhere in the middle of it.
For once, Team Rocket was not the largest problem on board.
To face Sabrina, a psychic gym leader, Ash went looking for a ghost type.
He won the psychic battle using the ancient technique of making her laugh.
Charmander grew stronger and evolved into Charmeleon.
Evolution also upgraded its ability to completely ignore Ash.
In Celadon City, Ash challenged Erica for the Rainbow Badge, having recently insulted her perfume.
Then the gym caught fire, and the match stopped mattering.
The Fuchsia Gym was less a building and more an aggressive obstacle course with a roof.
Ash left with a badge and only moderate confusion.
Cinnabar Island's gym sat on top of a volcano because ordinary flooring was apparently unavailable.
Charizard finally listened, mostly because the opponent looked worth the effort.
The last badge sent Ash back to Viridian City, where nothing was quite right.
He qualified for the Pokémon League through what can generously be called administrative chaos.
Ash had 8 badges. Gary had 10, a cheer squad, and a car.
The rivalry was not helping anybody relax.
Ash reached the Indigo League and stood in a stadium.
The boy who once threw a rock at a wild Pokémon was now winning matches in front of a crowd.
He advanced with a team assembled almost entirely out of accidents and unlikely friendships.
It was never elegant. It kept working.
Before the biggest match of his life, Team Rocket picked an extremely inconvenient morning.
Ash made it to the stadium. His Pokémon arrived already exhausted.
His next opponent was Richie, a trainer who was pleasant, capable, and had a suspiciously familiar Pikachu.
Charizard decided the match was beneath him. The referee disagreed.
Ash's first Pokémon League ended sooner than he had planned. He had not become a Pokémon master. He had, somewhere along the way, become a real trainer. Ash came home with more Pokémon, more badges, and a considerably better idea of what he was doing.
The journey was over. In Pokémon, that means the next one is loading.